Here we are at B.A.C. What's going on? How are you doing, guy?
Pretty good.
Andy Vavracek, head master craftsman and master repair technician, getting some orders going down on the computer. Things going well there, Andy?
Pretty good.
All right, that's Andy Vavracek. This is Mike Cargan, and I'm about to give you a quick tour of B.A.C. Horn Doctor. Here's our little wall of fame. There's our wall of shame. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nick Rowland, a local jazz legend here in Kansas City. Saxophone player. How you doing, guy? Nick is our road rep. Things going well?
Going well.
And then here's Emma. If you answer the phone or you call us and the phone is answered by a female, it's Emma. Emma, how are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Emma keeps us all very organized and in good direction and all that stuff. She's doing something right now. I don't know what she's doing. There's a little, anyway. And here we are in the back, B.A.C. Horn Doctor's repair shop right now. We've got lots of space here. And I'm just gonna take you, we got some funky music going on. Here's Doc Farmer. Doc, what you working on, guy?
Saxophone.
He's working on a saxophone. There he is, working on a saxophone. Mark does a lot of saxophone work right now. Doing a little work. He's got his little leak light in there, checking his pads and all that. Mark is the man with every type of plier you could possibly imagine. Very well organized tool bench area. And then here's Ross Edgar, working on it. Looks like a baritone saxophone. How you doing there, Ross guy? What are you working on?
Replacing a neck tenon.
Replacing a neck tenon.
Yeah.
Very nice. Ross, another one of our woodwind specialists. Nice shirt you got, guy. There's his little bassoon he's working on there. Little bassoon project. There's our special concoction for our oil submersion for our clarinets and wood treatment. That's where Andy Vavracek typically works, right there, his work area. That's gonna be my area. I got all sorts of stuff going on there. And then here is Anthony. What's going on, Anthony? What are you working on right now, guy?
Working on B.A.C. Artist Series Windy City trombones.
Nice, doing some quality control on the B.A.C. Artist Series. Good deal, and there's some of the horns there. Going through all the valves, doing his little checkups and all that kind of stuff. Little quality control sheets. And that's Anthony's area. Some days he's working on 20 or 30 horns at a time. Some days he's doing typical brass repairs and all that. Here's our parts area, all the little felts and springs and poo-poos and whatnots. There's the man, Eldon Benj, right there. He keeps an eye on our shop. So there's some of that going on. And then here is Daryl Wilson. Daryl, what are you working on, bro?
Working on a vintage King 2B with a custom B.A.C. custom hand slide.
Nice, all right. Doing a little swab action, cleaning it out. This is Daryl's area here. He does most of our brass, our specialty stuff for sure, a lot of our pro work and modifications. And there's a hand slide inner that he rebuilt on this King 2B, converted it to a lightweight. And this is his area. Daryl does all of our engraving as well. He is quite the master with the engraving. And then this is his extended area. We're doing a little inventory right now. So we got parts and all that kind of stuff. Just there's all the horns that are in the process being, oh, and here's Andy again. Oh, he doesn't want to be seen. There's some of our stock materials. We've got tubing, our bells, bell making area. Check this out. All of our inventory. This is what we're going through right now. All of our parts for the custom trombones on the B.A.C. custom side. This portion of the shop will be moving out of this facility here this spring and down to Kansas City. This is our manufacturing. We'll take you a quick little tour here. There's our machine shop area. Got a couple of lathes. Got that Logan over there. We got a South Bend here. We got our little closing mill. We've got our another closing lathe. We've got our hydraulic draw bench. We got our callets hammer area over there. We got a hard hinge hard hinge lathe. Oh, this is pretty cool. Andy, you're standing over by our parts area here, one of our parts areas. Check this cabinet out. Tell us, what's up with this cabinet? Where did that come out of? Right, like he said, this came out of Dominic Colicchio's trumpet shop. He's got a mouthful of food, that's funny. This cabinet here, this is pretty cool, we're real proud of this, was made by Zeke Zarchi. You see there, that is number 3, and it corresponds with the third thing. This was handmade by Zeke Zarchi back in the day for Dominic Colicchio, and he traded this to Dominic for a trumpet. And this whole thing, really heavy duty, custom made. Almost all these drawers are actually full. I pulled the one empty drawer out, but that's kind of cool. Glenn Miller Orchestra, Zeke Zarchi handmade that cabinet, and it's here in our shop. Around the corner here, there's some of the stuff we're going through and inventorying right now. This is the Earl Williams parts cabinet. This is pretty cool. And when you look in here, this is all full of parts. You got some of the original, like the original hand grip there. That's pretty cool. That is for patent pending. That's an old part right there. Anyhow, continuing on, there's our hard hinge lathe. This came out of the Colicchio workshop. We're real proud of that. We use that all the time for making ferrules and sockets and all that. That is the original Earl Williams hydraulic drawbench. Presently we're using ours, but at some point we may restore that to get a second machine up and running. And there's another clawsing lathe that we're working with. Pretty cool. Here's our bell hammering station. You can see here one of the techniques we use is just the old school anvil, and that's a flugelhorn bell we're hammering out there. So that's our hammering station. We use this little hydraulic pneumatic. We do most of the hammering on a block or on the anvil, and we use that to smooth out the hammer blows that we use. This is another dent machine there. That's our circle cutter. Came out of the Williams factory there. That's where we cut all of our discs. We've been experimenting more and more with some two-piece bell options. This is our bell spinning lathe. You can see down there some of our tools. In fact, some of these bell flare mandrels that are down there, those came out of the Williams shop, those bell flare mandrels down there. See those? And then, yep, anyhow, that's the original Earl Williams spinning lathe. We got that all restored, and we're using that now. This is our annealing station where we do all of our bell annealing. We got some of our tools from our hammering station moved over here. We cleaned that out just a minute ago. And we, some of our different bells. This is kind of the tour that you usually get when you come in to the shop. But here we have our bell pattern that we'll cut out from our stock. And we'll fold that in half. This is that's a bass sack butt bell pattern. This is an alto sack butt bell pattern. We notch it up like that, and we zip it all down, and then you end up getting a brazed seam that looks kind of like that. And then on a modern horn, that seam gets rolled out to make it nice and even and consistent. And then from there, it gets hammered out. Here's kind of along the process of starting to get hammered. And then these are different alto sack butt bells that are various phases hammering. And there's a portion of a trumpet bell that's been hammered, so you kind of get an idea of how it gets from flat to that, and then eventually, obviously, we spin it out. This is another lathe we've got. We do most of our bell polishing over here. This is where we do our metal polishing, our buffing and all that. Got different things going on in there, several different buffing machines. Our cleaning area, we got our ultrasonic cleaner. We got different chemicals and the old-fashioned bathtub. This actually came out of one of our good friends here in town. Came out of his bathroom when he was doing a restoration on his house. And then we got more of our manufacturing, the ball-out fixture. That's where we make some of our crooks. We push balls through. Our pitch area where we fill up. That's where the phrase pitch black comes from. We melt that, and when it becomes melted, we'll pour it into our tube. Right now it's very hard. When it dries off again, when it cools off rather, it gets nice and hard, and we can bend our tubes around. So that's how we fill it.